Good morning, it's me, Flylady Kat, and you are watching a recording of a live video. If you are watching this as a recording, which is probably pretty obvious. Anyway, this is the plan for the week of December 7th for the at-home homemakers. It's what you're going to be doing on a daily basis all week long. If you're watching this a little later and you've missed one or two of the days, that's okay. Just jump in where you are right now. So for example, if it's Wednesday and you're watching this, just do what I say to do on Wednesday and on the daily things, and you'll be fine. All right, let me say hello to everyone. Oh, by the way, I'm going to take some time to say hello to everyone, and when I'm done with that, I will hold up my planner like this, and that is your cue that we're going to talk about what we're going to do this week in the Flylady system with my help as Flylady Kat. Okay. Let's say hello to everyone. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and become part of my group. I would love to call you by name, like Lisa Iao and Bonnie Lacey and Tracy Allen, all of my sweet friends who keep coming back and back. So happy to have you. Hi, Lisa. You're first this morning. She said weekly home blessing is halfway done already. I jumped out of bed yesterday thinking it was Monday. Did you wash your sheets already? Bonnie Lacey, good morning. Tracy Allen, good morning. Connie Miller, happy Monday. Marique Worm, good morning. Good afternoon. I forget you're in the UK. Hi, Margaret Rose, my oldest friend. Hello, everyone. She said, hey, April Epp, good morning. Belle Bell is here. Good morning to you. And Tony Rose. Everyone is wishing everyone a good morning. It's wonderful. Hi, Tony. Hi, Jean Bovier. Good morning. Gaynor Lloyd is saying hello from the UK. Jackie Longnecker is here right in Florida with me. Hi, Jackie. Tina Taylorson, good morning. And Michelle Jordan, good morning. I think, Tina, are you new? Haven't you been here just one or two times? I'm trying to remember. I have a hard time remembering all of you because there's so many, and I appreciate you being here so much. Bella's saying, thumbs up, everyone. Lori Meyer, beautiful Monday morning to all. It is. Hi, Irene. I did get your Christmas letter, Irene, and it was so sweet. And it's right by my bed. I read it twice already. It's so good. Mr. B says, happy Monday to everyone, and please be blessed. AW08, what is your name? Excited to bless my home with all of you other wonderful women all over the world. Isn't that true? Make sure you put your name in if it's not in your moniker, in your title. Jen Barletta is here again. Good morning, Jen, from Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania. I'm struggling to get going. That's okay. It's always hard to get up and get going, but you can do it. You can do it, Jen. Lisa said, yes, the sheets are done. Everything except the floors in the zone. Awesome, girl. What a kickstart to your day. Naomi Jones says, good morning, although I really prefer you to do it on Sunday. That is Renew Your Spirit Day, by the way. But good job. Naomi Jones is here. Good morning, Naomi. Tina has been with us for a while. I know you have, Tina, but I don't see you talking to me too many times. Angela, thank you for putting your name in, Angela. Daryl is here from Texas. Good morning. Merry Christmas to you and Mr. B. Thank you. Merry Christmas, Daryl. Latanya Smith is here as well. Good morning, Latanya. Deborah Ernst. Hi, Deborah. Patricia. Oh, no, that's Petrinia Cox. Good morning, Petrinia. So we have people coming in. Make sure you do give it a thumbs up. I'm going to take a sip. Pat Hinky is here. Hi, Pat. Good morning. Oh, something. Let's see. Chelsea Quinn. Hi, Kat. It's been a while. Happy to see you this morning. Hi, Chelsea. Good morning. I'm looking forward to every day saying hi to Tina Taylorson. Every Monday. And all of you, actually. Connie Miller, my zone 2 is my favorite zone. Yes, it is. It's a great zone. Zone 2 is the kitchen. That's what we're going to be working on today. April Epp, been using my new Flylady Feather Duster for a while now. Recommend it to my sisters and nieces, and they love it too. Yes, the Flylady Feather Duster is awesome for doing the home blessing. Just kind of tickling the tops of things, right? All right, ready, girls? You ready to get into the day? Kimberly Bates is here. Hi, Kimberly. I'll wait just a couple more seconds and then we'll get into the day. Anybody else want to say hello who's lurking? All right. All right, we're going to go. All righty, so here we go. It's time. If you don't have your planner, what are you thinking? It's your tool. Bring it on, Tony says. All right, Tony. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to get up as at-home homemakers, we're going to get up this morning and every morning, and even as payroll homemakers, if you're watching this, maybe you're off this week, this is what we do every morning. We get up and we get dressed and we make our bed, except today, because this is weekly home blessing hour, we strip our bed. My sheets are currently washing in the machine. Next, we brush our teeth and wash our face, moisturize our skin, put on a little makeup, fix our hair, swish the toilet, wipe out the sink, put the dishes away, and make some breakfast or coffee. Okay, that's what we do. After we do our morning routine, then if you have children, you're going to put them through a morning routine that is similar. They're going to get up and make their bed and put their clothes on that they laid out last night. They're going to wash their face and brush their teeth and wipe the sink out. Let's just get the toothpaste out. Hang up their little towel and come down and have breakfast. That's what they're going to do. Okay, you're also going to do two other things in the morning. It's not the quote morning routine, but it is two other things that we do every morning. Well, almost every morning. We do our laundry. If you're an at-home homemaker, I want you to get your laundry done during the week. I don't want you to do it on the weekend. You're an at-home homemaker. You have time to do it. You don't think you have time, but you have lots of time. We just have to figure out where that time is and see how we can get it back, because a lot of you fritter your time away. And how do I know this? Well, I've mentored hundreds and hundreds of people personally, and I am also just like you. It's very easy to fritter your time away. So be very, very aware of your time today, okay? All right, and every day. So the other two things we're going to do is our laundry, which we do Monday through Friday as an at-home homemaker, and our paper, that 1 inch of paper, and we do that 1 inch 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. So on Saturday, you're down to your last inch, and it's done for the week. If you get 6 inches of paper done every week, then you're going to get 2 feet of paper done every month. And what are we doing with that paper? Well, most of it's garbage, honestly. 99% of paper clutter is trash, and that's a fact. But if you've gone through it several times because you haven't acted on those things, then you may have more concentrated paper. And if that's the case, it's okay. You're only going through 1 inch a day. Let's say that every bit of it was something you had to act on, which is highly unlikely. But you would still only have 6 inches in your inbox on Saturday to file, to call, to pay. I'm telling you, girls, mark my words, you will not have 6 inches of paper that requires true activity. And don't put things that aren't inbox worthy in your inbox. If it's not something that you know what to do with, it's probably trash. If you don't know if you should file it, then it's probably trash. It's pretty obvious what you need to file, correct? All right. If you don't know if you should pay that bill, then maybe you need to call and find out about that bill. Most bills we know we have to pay. Or maybe you need to check to see if you've paid it already. If it's old trash, you more than likely have. Or you've double paid a second bill or something like that to cover it. But anyway, we're going to get through our paper clutter so you don't have that heaviness on your shoulder. Paper is so heavy on our shoulders, and it really contributes to clutter in the home. Okay. So that's our morning routine, and our paper, and our laundry, and our kids. We're going to get that done first thing. A typical morning routine, the actual quote morning routine, is about 30 minutes. So in about 30 minutes, you can go from being in the bed to being dressed with your bed made and your makeup on and your hair fixed and your toilet swished, all your toilets swished and swiped, your dishes put away, and the laundry going, and maybe made a cup of coffee or started the breakfast. And even gone through your paper. Let's add 5 more minutes and say you went through your paper, okay? Laundry takes like no time. You're picking it up, putting it in the machine, putting the soap in, or the detergent, and turning on the machine. The machine does the scrubbing. You're not pounding clothes on a rock anymore, or you never did. It's just gonna be done for you. So it's going in the background. All right, so those are the morning routines. Next thing we're gonna do is eat breakfast. And then we're going to clean up after breakfast. I don't talk about cleaning up after breakfast or lunch so much because it's a small meal. And hopefully you have an empty dishwasher to start with, and it's very simple to put your dishes in the dishwasher and wipe the counter if you spilled anything, wipe the stove if it needs to be wiped down, maybe wash out a pan or a pot. Those are just a little thing to do. Don't make yourself crazy. Don't cook with 40 pans in the morning or any time. There's just no need. If you were going to be using, having lots of steps, I watch people make recipes. Oh my gosh. I watch people make recipes and I think, why in the world are you doing that? Why are you mixing that up in that bowl and mixing this up in this bowl? Keep it simple, Tony says, and she's right. Keep it simple. Macaroni and cheese. Let's talk about macaroni and cheese. My macaroni and cheese has eggs and evaporated milk and dry mustard and salt and pepper and cheese and noodles and butter. That's what mine has. The way I make my macaroni and cheese is I boil the noodles in a pot. So there's my pot. It's simple. You clean it. It's very easy to clean because it's just water and noodles. Give it a quick wash out. Put it in the drain rack, right, or on something to dry on the countertop. Maybe turn it over and put it on a paper towel, not a paper towel, a tea towel or something like that. Okay, and then I layer some noodles. I'm going to drain them, so they're going to be in a drainer. I'm going to layer about a third of the noodles in a pan, take my shredded cheese, put that on top, dot it with some butter, put another layer, cheese, butter, another layer, cheese, butter. Then I'm going to have some eggs and milk and all those things I talked about. That's going to get whipped up in a little bowl and poured over the top. That's it. And I bake it in the oven. So I've got a pot and a little plastic bowl that I can wash out real quick and put on the drain rack. And I've got a casserole dish that it's going to be baked in. But I've seen people have so many different things. Like they take a bowl to mix up their eggs and milk. They take, and maybe they even measure it out. Like, you know how people prepare things on TV? You don't have to do that at home, okay? Don't think you have to do that. Get all those little bowls out and things, cracking your eggs in a separate bowl. Don't worry about that, all right? Hi, Megan. I'm sorry you didn't get a notification. So my point of this whole conversation isn't how to make macaroni and cheese, but it's how to make it simple. So I've seen them where they melt the cheese or they don't melt the cheese. Maybe they just mix the cheese and the milk and the eggs and all that stuff together. And then that's in a bigger bowl. And then they've got, after they've drained their noodles, oh, you have to wash your drainer out too. Strainer, you know, when you're pouring the water off. After they do that, then they put that in another container. And then, you know what I mean? It's just craziness. Don't do that. Make it simple. So think before you act. And don't pretend like you're on TV and you have to have all the little things. Now, people, it's okay on YouTube when they do that because they're trying to show you in a quick way what you need. But you can use the spice right out of the spice container. And you can use the butter right off of the butter block. Right? Okay. Sorry, I digress. But anyway, bake at 350 until brown on the edges and bubbly, just in case. All right, and salt. Did I say salt? Salt and pepper? Yeah. Bottom line, don't make it hard on yourself. Make it easy. When you're scrambling eggs for your family in the morning, don't use 40 different things. Let it be easy. Think about what you're doing and see who else wants scrambled eggs. If you are being a short order cook, which I wish you wouldn't be, but if you are being a short order cook and you want to give this one cereal and this one a scrambled egg and this one a fried egg, oh, well, first of all, I think you've lost your mind because it's not necessary. My friend Margaret Rose, Margaret, what did your mother always say? Margaret will put it up here if she can today. I don't know if she's typing today, but her mother used to say something about what's for dinner, this is what's for dinner. I don't remember what it was, but it was great. Margaret will put it up. But anyway, the truth is you're the head of the household in this house. You were not the head of the household, but you were the home manager. You're in charge of feeding your family. Everybody has scrambled eggs and toast and bacon or whatever it is you're making. Of course, you have to take into consideration if there are anybody who has egg allergies, etc. I understand there's always deviations, but I think you get my point. It's that you need to really focus on getting this thing streamlined because the whole point is that we want to eat together and enjoy our meal and then get out of the kitchen and have some fun. It's not about cleaning the pots and pans all day or leaving them there to give you that extra weight on your shoulder, that extra burden of something that needs to be done that's not done and makes you feel undone. Okay? All right. So we're going to have breakfast and lunch and clean up afterwards quickly. All right. So the other things we're going to do is we're going to do 3 clutter checks. 3 clutter checks. So after breakfast, you're going to do a clutter check. After lunch, you're going to do a clutter check. After dinner, you're going to do a clutter check. A clutter check is to see what things have been left out of place that need to be put back in place. Everything in your home has a home. Everything in your home has a home. The story I tell children is, if you've ever seen a homeless person, they're out on the street and they're very unloved and uncared for, and they don't have a home. But all of your things have a home because you love and care for your things. So if I see your things laying around on the floor and they don't have a home, I assume you don't love them and don't care for them. So let's find a home right now for your truck, for your doll, for whatever it is, your books. Let's find a home, and that's where it lives. And little children are like sponges. They remember what they assigned for a home for that. And of course, you're there to guide, lead and guide, because they're going to pick crazy places to put things like, I want to lay my books on this table. Well, that's not right. It needs to be on the bookshelf that we have for you. So you're going to guide them to say, oh, books live on the bookshelf. Books feel best when they're stacked next to each other on a bookshelf. Okay. So you have two choices, take it or leave it. Thank you, Margaret. That's what Margaret Rose's mother, Betty Rose, loved Betty Rose, used to say, what's for dinner? You have two choices, take it or leave it. I love Miss Rose. Betty Rose was one of a kind. Anyway, I loved it. And I think, and Tony says that's perfect, and it is perfect. And we're not perfect very much, but that is a really great answer for kids. And it's not, and she didn't say it in a mean way. She was a very loving person, but she meant what she said, and she said what she meant, and that's when we talk about this. Remember this? This is you, this is your child, this is what your child wants to do, right? You just want to push, 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 and you can't let them push, 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 because they're going to be unhappy, truly unhappy, if you allow them to run the show, because they're not supposed to run the show. You are. So here's you and your little wall, and here's your little child. Push, 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 push. Guess what they'll stop doing after they beat their head against this wall enough? They'll stop pushing. And then you have peace. All right? So if you are having an unpeaceful home, I guarantee you, you're allowing your children to push, 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 push. And you're eventually falling off the edge of the earth because it's flat, we know. Anyway, teasing. All right, so that's breakfast and lunch. That's your 3 clutter checks. And you grown girls have to have a place for your things too. And you need to be like little sponges too, so you know where things go. And you know that your books don't belong flat on the table. They belong on the bookshelf when you're done. And the story of, oh, I'll just leave it there because I'm going to read it later today is a lie that we tell ourselves, because we won't read it later today because we've got so many things on our plate, or we think we do, because of these perceived busyness that we have because we have such an untidy home. So when you are done with your book, put it where it goes, and then when you need it again, if you plan to read, then you know where it is. It's right here. It's very simple. Or in your phone or wherever it is. Don't leave things laying around. That is clutter, and mother's clutter is the most magnetic clutter for all the other family members. So if you think your family is messy, then look at the heart of the matter. It's you. You've created mother clutter, which causes the kids to have clutter as well, and even dad. Once you start really decluttering and being the CEO in charge of your home, you will notice that there will be less and less and less clutter. Now you have to continue to train your children and discipline them, just like you discipline yourself. It's a form of love. Okay, so that's the morning routines. And now we're going to go, if you have little tiny kids who dump toys on the floor, they're still playing with toys on the floor, 4 times a day, you're going to do a toy check, which just means all the toys get put in a container. Please don't be OCD about this. The children who are that little don't care if all of their blocks are in this thing, and all of the Legos are in this thing, and all of the stuffed toys are in this thing. They don't. They just want to dump them out and play with them all over the place. So your job is to see that all their toys get put in, let's say, a laundry basket in that space, just to clear the space. And then they can dump it from the laundry basket. And it happens 4 times a day. Maybe every once in a while you want to make sure all the pieces are there, and it gives you pleasure on a Saturday to play with them and put all the barn animals together and put all the zoo animals together and put all the army men together. If that makes you happy, that's fine. It doesn't necessarily make these little children who dump toys on the floor happy. Bigger kids, yes, but little kids who are dumping toys on the floor, not so much. Okay? So don't waste your time. Again, that is a time stealer, and that's why you think you don't have any time, because you're doing crazy things like organizing baby toys. Okay. So those things happen every morning. Then in the afternoon, We have the clutter check again in it, and we've got a couple of toy checks. The toy checks are after breakfast, after lunch, after dinner, and before bed. You had one more. And you'll notice the after breakfast and before bed are almost nil because they haven't really had a lot of chance to play at that point with their toys. Right before bed, they've already had their bath. Things have been happening since after dinner, and they haven't had a big chance. There might be some toys. If the babies are little, you pick them up. If the babies are big enough to help, let them help. If the babies are big enough to put them up themselves, allow them to put them up themselves. Okay? All right, and I'm talking babies. You know what I mean? Like 4-year-olds and younger. 5-year-olds are certainly old enough, and most 4-year-olds, to pick up their own toys and to not spread them all over the place. I realize that little girls and little boys like Legos and dollhouses, and there are pieces, but you won't have to do it 4 times a day. It's just clutter check 3 times a day, or they can do their own toy check 4 times a day. Hope I'm not confusing you. Okay, it's all different depending on the household. Next, we're going to do our zone. So the next thing we do all week long is our zone. We are in zone 2. I think it was Pat. I'm not sure who said it was their favorite zone. It's the kitchen. It's the kitchen. So we're going to pick 4 things to do in the kitchen because we're going to work in that zone on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, leaving Tuesday as our free day. We don't work on the zone on a free day because it's free. All right, so zone today, zone Wednesday, zone Thursday, zone Friday. If you want to, you can switch your days around. Just know that it's got to be already planned, and you can't default a free day. You can't say, oh man, I really screwed up Monday. I'm just going to call that a free day. That is not a free day. You just have to give yourself grace and go forward. And if Tuesday is your planned free day and you messed up Monday, oh well, you don't have a weekly home blessing hour this week. Go forward, give yourself grace. Just step in. And you won't do that too many times. Okay, next is... So the 4 things in the zone, we're going to pick 4 things to declutter in the kitchen. So you're going to look first in your cabinets, in your drawers, on the shelves, above the shelf, any other place in the pantry, under the sink, any place that you have clutter, and make sure those are clutter-free. If they're not clutter-free, that's where you're going to start. So pick 4 of those areas that will only take 15 minutes. Now imagine how much work you can really do in 15 minutes. Don't think you can clean all the cabinets in 15 minutes underneath. That's impossible. It's impossible if you have really cluttered cabinets. If you just have a few little things, you know what I'm saying. So don't overbook yourself for your 15 minutes. Say if you open up this cabinet and it's full of Tupperware and that's all that's in there, then yeah, you can probably do your Tupperware in 15 minutes. So set your timer and get to work. Don't dilly-dally, get to work. And when the time is done, the timer goes off, you're done. Then you're gonna take the throwaway and throw it away. Yeah, that thing that got melted in the dishwasher, no one wants it, it doesn't work, throw it away. Those 5 cups that you found in there that you're never gonna use, give them away. If they are just collector cups, you know what I mean, like cups from the local barbecue place, nobody wants those either. If you don't need them, throw them away. If they're water glasses or something good and you just don't want them anymore, they're not used, you're not going to use them anymore, then give them away. Put a mental bow on it and give it away. Put it in your giveaway box. And for your put away, anything that belongs in another place that was in there, that's going to be put away now. If there is room. If there is not room for the things that you want to put away, let's say you found some cookbooks in there and your cookbook shelf is full, then leave it in the corner in a box for the next time that you work on your cookbook shelf. You'll be able to put that one in there if that's one you decided to keep. Okay? So pick 4 things to do that you're going to declutter. If you do not have any clutter in these hidden spots, now you can start to declutter the countertops and the places where things collect clutter, or you've got so many appliances sitting out that make your house look messy. So if you're not using your toaster, in fact, when I have my own home, I'm in my mother's home now, so I do her house the way she wants it done. But in my own home, my toaster went in the pantry, and I pulled it out when I wanted to use it. When it cooled down, it went back in the pantry. I liked it to have no things on the counter, or not very many things on the counter. It made it easier to clean, and it made it more obvious when there was clutter on it. Because clutter happens to everybody, even me. Okay, so now you're going to be able to start doing those things. Hopefully when you declutter, you're leaving space. Don't plan something so that it's so tight that absolutely nothing else can go in there, because you're going to find something else. So get rid of those things you're really not using, okay? All right. So 4 things. If there's no clutter on the cabinet, on the tops of the counters or any other place, and you've gotten it all put away and it looks nice and it's all decluttered, then you can think about cleaning, deep cleaning. Now we do a clean by sweeping it every night, by mopping it once a week, the kitchen floor, by wiping the counters every night after dinner. We clean the kitchen, but we don't deep clean it. But once you've gotten these things put away, you're going to find, first of all, that your daily cleanings and your weekly cleanings, little blessings, are going to be so much easier to do. But you're going to be able to do deep cleaning, like really clean that countertop, get the corners, really clean the baseboards, really give the floor a really good mop. Clean the outside of the cabinets, clean the stove, clean the oven, clean the refrigerator. There are so many things to clean in the kitchen, oh boy. So it's not fun when they're crowded and gross. It's nice and fun when there's not a bunch of stuff on it, okay? All right. All right, so that's your zone for the week. You're gonna pick 4 15-minute segments to do and a free day. The other thing we have to do is our basic weekly plan this week. So on Monday, we have weekly home blessing hour. That's today. We've started by stripping our bed. We have 5 other things we do. We dust with the feather duster. If you don't have one, go to flylady.net and get her feather duster. If you dollar cost average out over the years that you'll have it, mine lasts 10 years, then you're going to spend very little, in fact, a whole lot less than you would spend on Swiffers, which aren't as efficient. So feather duster, empty the little garbage cans, wipe the glass, just get the spots, vacuum or dust mop the dry surfaces of your house, the hard surfaces, except the kitchen and the bathrooms. And then the last thing is mop the kitchen and the bathrooms. You have plus the sheets, so that's 6 things. You have exactly 10 minutes, because 10 times 6 is 60 minutes or 1 hour. So you're going to do 10 minutes or less in each one of those areas. So don't dawdle. Let's take the kitchen, for example. When you mop the kitchen, 3 minutes. The other bathrooms, 2 minutes. If you have 3 bathrooms, you'll just be under 10 minutes. You are going to have time to transfer to another room. You're going to have time to set things out before you get working, set things out, and to put things away and clean them up once you're done. Okay? So give yourself like an hour and 15 minutes. All right. That's the weekly home blessing hour on Mondays. On Tuesdays, we have a free day. On Wednesday, and free day means enjoy yourself, enrich yourself. On Wednesday, we have planning and desk day. It's about a 2-hour project. You have to sit down, you have to go into your kitchen and make sure your fridge is tidied up and wipe down a little bit on the inside. You know how milk crystallizes on the shelf? If it leaks, you got to get that flaky white stuff up, or yogurt or whatever, jelly. Give it a little wipe. It's not a deep clean. Again, this is just a little wipe. Get rid of the things that are wilting or things that you're not going to eat, that are leftovers that you are done with. If you still have Thanksgiving leftovers, please get rid of those today. Today. Don't even wait till Wednesday. Just dump them down the disposal or throw them away. Wash the container. No more Thanksgiving leftovers. It's way past time if they're in the fridge. All right, so get the fridge tidy. This is on Wednesday. And look in your freezer, look in your fridge, look in your pantry to see what kind of food items you have. And my challenge is always for you to shop these areas first to make your menu for the week. And then your grocery list comes from what's missing from that list in order to finish the list. And in other words, if you wanted to have corn on the cob with barbecued sandwiches and baked beans, and you had beans and you had barbecue beef or beef and barbecue sauce and rolls, but you don't have corn and you want corn, then go buy some corn. That goes on your list. Okay. Next is Megan, you're funny. Next, Megan said, how did I know she still has Thanksgiving leftovers in her fridge? How do I know? The answer is always the same. I am you. I've done that many times, and I've mentored hundreds and hundreds of people. That's how I know. Okay. So then we've done weekly home blessing out. Well, planning and desk day. There's 4 parts. One is the fridge, so we've taken care of that. And the menu, or it's actually the food. It's the fridge and the menu. That means going on Walmart's website or whatever you're using to order your food and getting that all in there. Then we're going into finance, which is how much money am I spending? Is that the right amount for my food? Am I overspending? Do I need to adjust some things? Can I use that can of corn in there instead of buying some frozen corn? Okay, so whatever. And then food, finance, and then you're going to go to your inbox. And in the inbox, everything bleeds into the other thing. There's finance in there. If there's bills, you're going to pay your bills. You're going to handle all the inbox papers. Oh, on finance, you're also going to check your budget and balance your account. And then, so it goes food, finance, inbox, and then the last thing is planner. So you're, pardon me, you're going to take your planner and you're going to plan out your week from Sunday to Saturday of next week. Okay, so next week is zone 3, and you're going to plan that in there. Pick 4 things to do in zone 3. It's a great week next week, because next week is the week before Christmas. I would consider, and 3 is other room, the hall bath and other rooms. How about your children's rooms next week, getting ready for Christmas, making sure you're downsizing some of their toys and clothes that you know that Santa's going to bring them, or you're going to give them, okay? All right. So that's the zone. I mean, that's the planning and desk day on Wednesday. Thursday is errand day. That's when you pick up your groceries or have them delivered and any other errands you may have to run. Friday is car and purse day. That's going to mean that you're going to go check your car, make sure you don't have anything in your car that doesn't belong in your car, and maybe shake the mats and clean out your purse. And Saturday is family fun day. Plan to have fun with your family. At home homemakers. Don't be doing laundry on Saturday. Don't be doing weekly home blessing on Saturday. Don't do that. You had this week to get it done, and you had plenty of time. I don't care if you're homeschooling 17 children. You still have time. You do. You don't have 17 children, and I'm being very ridiculous when I say that, but you know what I mean. If you're homeschooling children, and I have friends who have 13 children, 12 children. Now, the truth about that is that some of those kids are already gone. Most people have at the most about 7 children at home at one time, and a lot of times when they have 7 children, some of those are even little ones that aren't getting homeschooled. Okay, but if you're homeschooling doesn't take that long, and you're mainly focusing on the younger ones that you have to model everything that they do. The older ones are kind of on their own with your help and your supervision. So you have time during the week. On Saturday, it's family fun day. On Sunday, it's renew your spirit day. That's what I want you to get done this week. Okay, so if this is all new to you and sounds crazy, please watch how to do the Flylady system for newbies. It's a very old video on this channel that I made. You'll need a piece of paper and a pen. You'll need an hour. You'll need to stop the video and start it, listening to what I say, writing things down so that all of this makes sense to you. If you'd like to see or hear a specific thing that I talked about, watch the videos in the playlist, which are a collaboration with Nikki from Inspired by Nikki. I actually talk for the first section on that particular subject, and Nikki models it for you in her own home, showing you what it looks like to do that thing, whatever that would be that I'm talking about, okay? All right, so that will be helpful for you. And what else? I think that's it. So I'm going to open it up for questions. If anybody needs a question now's the time. I did see some comments during the talk, and I did respond to 1 or 2. I try not to because it distracts me and I forget what I'm saying because I have ADD. Okay. Let's see if I missed anything. Libby's here. How do I get motivation and keep it up? You can't wait on motivation, Libby. You have to just do it. It's just like when you go to a job. You're not motivated every day to go to a job. Well, the motivation is that you're going to lose your job if you don't, and your income is very important, and maybe the commitments that you made to other people are important to you. So as a homemaker, this is our job. So if we have to show up every day and do the things we don't want to do. But when we get it done, we feel so much better, and that's the motivation. That's the inspiration behind it, okay? KZ says, use your timer and watch Kat. That'll inspire you. All right, let's see what else we've got. Hi, Lisa. Naomi said, took your tip and wrote out the week's menu for the family to see, included breakfast, lunch, same foods every day. Everyone has been very intrigued. Awesome. Margaret says, okay, that's what her mother said. You have two choices, take it or leave it. One of my favorite things. Angela says, always say no backtracking. That's how I eliminate unfinished processes. Yes, complete the process. Tina said, I really need to stick to the 15 minutes, like to work through it all, no matter how long it takes. Yeah, and that's an old habit that a lot of us have, that it's almost a form of perfectionism. It's like, I will get this done. I don't care how long it takes. I'll stay here for hours. And we get all caught up in the minutia of the thing, and that's where we stay, and we ignore our other responsibilities. 15 minutes, habit, habit, habit. That's what you're forming. Good habits. Pat said, my cabinet shelves are very high, so I use only 2 bottom ones. My dear son put extra cabinet out in the garage for special dishes and casseroles, so I won't have to climb anymore. Yay, Pat. What a great guy. Hey, Gani. Jackie said, I am struggling. Pandemic, care of my husband, and living with my messy grandchildren in their large home. It is a struggle, and it is stressful because we don't know when it's going to end. Any of that. It's very stressful. And so the best way to feel less stressful, Jackie, is to get up every morning and do your morning routine. And before bed at night, do your before bed routine. These things are taking care of you. And then figure out what your responsibilities are in this environment that you live in. And a lot of them are, if you're taking care of grandchildren and you're taking care of your husband, a lot of those are spur of the moment. You know, you never know when somebody has to go to the bathroom or whatever it is. You have to drop what you're doing, which is frustrating because we're kind of a focused personality. But you just have to drop it and go do that thing and then come back to what you were doing. Remember what you were doing and come back to it. The things that we do, the actions that we do, are a sign of love. They're a form of love. So sometimes even if you don't feel loving on the inside, your actions are love. That is a form of love. And they will help you have a more compassionate heart if you know that what you're doing is a form of love. Okay? I hope that helps you not struggle so much this week, Jackie. How did you know that I have Thanksgiving food in my fridge? Megan asked me, and I answered that already because I know. Whitney said, love this. Thank you. You're welcome, Whitney. Mosey said, have a Mosey's whim. What's your name? It is Mosey, isn't it? Thank you. Have a great week. You're welcome. Mr. B said, everything you need to know about Flylady cleaning system is on how to do the Flylady system for newbies. He put the link up for you. Connie said, I've been making a grocery list, ordering on Wednesday, picking up curbsides on Thursdays for months. Even after the pandemic is over, I will continue. It's so easy. Absolutely. And for those of you with children at home, I can't even see a better way. That's the better way. Mr. B put the collab up with Nikki so that you guys can watch the videos of me talking about a specific thing and then Nikki actually modeling it for you. KZ said, for motivation, watch Kat. Mr. B said, I want to be personally mentored by Flylady Kat. Join Flylady Kat's special mentoring Patreon channel and be in this special private group. And there's the link. That's for Patreon. I know I have at least one this morning that I have to reach out to that I haven't yet, who signed up to be mentored by me. If you go to Patreon, at patreon.com, and you go to A Better Life with Flylady Kat, that's me, then you can sign up for whatever tier you choose. There are 4 tiers. The first tier is videos. So for $5 a month, you can get 20 videos. And those videos are mainly about how we think and feel about this process and how it works into our life. I make a fresh and new one every day for you, and those are not like the ones I put on YouTube. The second, and there's no advertisements. Hallelujah. The second tier is if you want to be mentored and also have the videos. If you want to be mentored by me for 25 minutes once a month, then it's $25, and you would sign up for that. Always put your phone number in a message for me, because you can put a message out to me from Patreon and I will know so I can contact you and set up an appointment to mentor you. If you want 2 mentorings a month and the videos, it's $50. That's level 3. And the 4th tier is if you want 4 mentorings a month and the videos, that's level 4, and that's $100 a month. Whatever you're capable of doing, whatever you need, I can provide for you, okay? All right, let's see. And thank you to all the Patreons I do have. Larry and I were figuring we've had over 1,000 Patreons be mentored through that system, which was my goal. So I've met my goal. So on to higher and better goals, right? Tony said, best thing ever. Jackie Longnecker gave me a heart, so I'm thinking you're feeling better, Jackie. Debbie Courtson said, thank you so much, Kat. Lots of love from South Africa. Thank you, Debbie. Carrie Joy, listening while I do my weekly home blessing hour. You go, girl. Jackie said, thanks, I'll remember that. And for motivation, Megan watches me and makes a checklist. She loves to mark things off as she goes. I think that's very common for all of us. I put my checklist right in my planner. Ernestine Frame, coming in late, but I'm here now. Good morning from Kansas. Hi, Ernestine. All right, girls, I think that's it. Let's see, I've got a couple last minute things. Jen said, so glad I joined Patreon. Thank you, Jen, and I'm so glad you're over there. Naomi Jones said, I love the Patreon group too. I love all of you girls. You guys are so awesome, and I'm so happy that I'm here to talk to you today. This is the end of our video for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you do the things that we talked about today. I know that you're going to feel so much better at the end of the week, at the end of the month, at the end of the year. Have a wonderful day, and always remember to be beautiful, because you are beautiful.